Happy remaining Independence Day. Stay tuned. We got a reaction coming, but
You're
first,
dead late.
talking. Yeah, I know, but they don't know that. They don't know that. We're recording. Could be recording on the first.
Yeah, but it's the second. So anyhow,
Thank you,
But who's counting?
Yeah, who's counting?
Chris.
So,
Counting.
so Joey, like Dan said, we're writing a book, and I think a good addition to the book, and I was thinking about this like a half hour ago, would be all the entrepreneurs we know, have them write 1 or 2 pages reviewing the book, and in their opinion, what did we miss out on? Do you have any additional commentary you would like to add?
Wait, you do realize how long it would take for Joey to do this, right?
One or 2 pages. That's
That's
it.
GPT, buddy. Yes.
And Joey's name would
No. The hard
Joey's
part's not
wait.
writing the book. They're
Joey-
1 to 2 pages.
Joey's name would be in the book in print forever because
Sure, with a link, but
Joey
I
Finn.
would do that.
The rate
Yeah.
determining step is not writing the 1 to 2 pages; it's reading the fucking book.
No, I
Hold on.
understand.
Will there be an audible?
Yeah,
you have to
like 2
commit
audibles
to
a
reading
month.
the book. It won't be that long.
I will read.
Shit,
it.
we're
Yeah.
not
No, I
gonna
would
find
do-
it,
guys,
and
I
maybe
would
Joey's
for
the
sure do
only one of our friends that would do this.
Monica would do it.
It would,
I
yeah, it
would
would
for sure
just
do
take
that.
both of them a year.
No.
Hey, I'm being realistic, bro. I mean, yeah, I like the idea.
No.
And we want to release
We'll
this
have
by
to be.
March.
We'll have to be on that ass.
That's what you said.
I wasn't ready for that.
Hey, you guys are in
Maybe
California.
I'm not interested.
You guys are in California, you know, when in Rome.
That's the first time I've heard Chris say that. Wow.
Yeah, slightly homo.
Right.
Can't
Not
even
at
say
all.
no homo there. I like the idea, Chris, but you have to make it practical. You know, we're talking about Joey, Monica, like these people have so
you hear
much
this,
shit going
Joey? He's disguising this as you're lazy.
No. on. These dudes have a lot
You might
going
have a thing
on.
going.
First of all, Joey's self-admittedly a very slow reader.
Okay, we give him the
Yeah.
audio book.
We're so now you're making more work for us, and then
Well, you already want to do the
revise.
audio book.
Wait, when are you guys going to be done with the book?
Well,
We
Dan
wanna
wants it to be done
release it
by
by
March,
March.
but I don't think that's going to happen.
Now,
personally,
Chris,
but
don't
How
put
many
that out
pages?
there, man. Don't put that out there. It's gonna be
I think it'll be at the next meetup after that.
no. It's gotta
March,
be
March makes the most sense, or the following year.
That's too long, bro.
At
Well,
the
I
next
mean,
conference.
I'd be down for that. If it doesn't, how about this? We put it live on the pod. If it doesn't come out this March, we got to do it next March.
Oh, wow.
Well, whenever the next conference.
Because then we could do all the shit you have planned with every entrepreneur we know. I mean,
Yeah,
goodness
I
gracious.
think that
Oh,
I think that would add.
actor.
I think that would add a lot to the book.
Okay,
well, then
personally,
you could do podcasts at that meetup
and promote it.
with people that have read it. Or
What we can
or-
do is give out a draft of our book to everyone at SOS.
Yes, for sure.
yeah.
And be like, hey,
for
we appreciate
registering
like
or whatever.
yeah. And then when the
Dude,
book
I do
actually
that.
comes
Well,
out,
to-
it
to
might
the
be
people
radically different.
to the people we know though, and ask
Mhm.
them to write 1 or 2 pages.
You'll get like in a clinical trial, you talk to 100 people, you get like
You get
7.
10%. You'll get
7.
10%.
You get like 7.
You get 10. 10%.
Gotta throw in inflation, like a little bit of deflation.
Well, really, you don't need more than what 20.
Now, the book is about starting your own. Like, actually, what is the book about?
Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship.
The 5
Who makes a good entrepreneur?
There's like
also,
5
not
virtues.
specifically
2 sections.
in your field.
One independent of research.
Oh,
so
okay.
we can have a broader audience,
Okay, cool,
and then 1 section specific to research.
awesome.
So
Cool.
there's
because then
so
you can
there's
get some on it, and then it leaves the door open. Is what you're saying? Cool.
yeah, the part 1 is the 5 non-negotiable virtues. So pain tolerance, grit, money
For all
agnostic.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah, pain tolerance, grit, money agnostic, vision, and adaptability. And then it gets into how this works for different personality types. So extrovert versus introvert, thinking versus feeling. Then we get into 16 personality types. And then how it fits into clinical research is part 3. But the first beginning of it is research agnostic. It's just anyone. We even have a realtor test case in it. So like why I chose not to go the realtor route, but that part would probably be good for you to.
Actually, I actually would like to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've actually talked about it on the show, like why why I didn't choose the realtor route, but um,
Actually, why? Give me a
well,
2-sentence synopsis.
What's that ding?
uh,
Is that you, Joey? The ding?
That
might
is.
have been.
Let me fix that. I'm sorry.
Well, see, he's a busy realtor, so if I
He's
could
a
choose to be a busy realtor, I might have
Dude,
picked
I know, Chris, I know I just told you this, but I'm thankfully really busy right now. Okay, I'm good. Sorry about that, guys.
No. Yeah, so
We're good.
why I didn't choose the route. I mean, it's hard to go in hindsight. Like, if I had no alternative, I might have. I don't know if I would have. I would have done it, and I would have figured out how to do something in the tech space within real estate. So I wouldn't have done it. It would have been a bridge to get to the next thing.
Well, dude, I think it's because it's too slow to scale.
That too, and
That's why I think, like, because you got to see it, and it,
yeah,
I've
it's a
even
business.
been thinking that too. It's too slow to scale, and yeah.
Well,
I mean,
there's elements of it that
it
are
took me 100
still
years to get to where I am. It's just like, and it's like, dang, man.
yes,
Um,
and
Let's be
there's
realistic, though. Not 100. Took about, what, 10 years?
well, I mean, so I've been doing this 11 years, but I mean, it really took me. I mean, really, I had like, I had a little bit of,
It's steps, right?
but I mean, really, the first 4 years for me. I
Sucked.
mean, I have seen people get into success quickly, but that's not the average.
How hot are they?
They have bigger boobs than I do.
Yeah, exactly.
But just it's and then it's also a very stressful job,
Mhm.
so there is like, when you do get busy, you're
But
really
isn't that
busy.
wait? Isn't that true though of all entrepreneurs? Aren't all entrepreneurs to a certain degree more stressful than an employee?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. All I guess the sometimes there can be a lot
For
of,
our book, Dan.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes, like with real estate, and then we don't have to focus on this, but with real estate, there's a lot on the line, like other people's money, and there's a lot out of your control that could go wrong, that could affect your client. So that's what I mean. Like there's
So
and
it's
like
more
anything could fall apart with
personal. It's more personal because you have a personal relationship with your clients.
yeah. But you
And
gotta also,
it's sales, right? Which is also a little more stressful than
yeah.
B2B sales, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to say being a realtor is hard, or I'm not. I'm just
No,
saying
I'm
it's
focusing on the
demanding.
stress with you,
Yeah,
right?
I'm just saying it's just a demanding job. Clients have very high expectations of communication. So like right now, I'm working with a lot of clients right now, and the expectation is high communication at all time, so it's like when you start to scale and get a lot of clients and get busy, people are texting you, luckily it's not a whole bunch of phone calls, but like people are there's a lot of texting. I have a lot of vendors in a transaction that I have to communicate. So it's just a little demanding. It is not the most stressful job. I am not saying that. It is not difficult to be a realtor. It is not. It's simple, but I think to make a big bit, this is what I'm saying, what Dan, he's smart, and he already had clinical research going on, and I think he saw the writing on the wall that, dang, if I really wanted, it would be very difficult and a long journey to kind of like completely switch gears out of clinical research and then to go all in on a highly competitive market.
Yeah. Yeah.
Highly competitive. So
So
it's kind of hard to differentiate yourself.
Yeah.
You can, but it's like there's 30,000 realtors in Orange County.
wow, it's quite a bit.
30,000.
That's
Quite a
a shit.
So, but
And
you don't have to talk about this right now. I'm sorry.
and ultimately, what I would have done is try to become an investor in real
Yes,
estate and try
100%, dude.
to, if I stayed in that space, tried to build a
Yeah,
tech company or something. So,
yeah. Well, that's
it's
kind of
like,
where I'm going. I
yeah,
want to take my realtor sales into more of the investing route, and
yeah,
that like most of my sales are because I'm buying properties
And why?
That's what I'd
Why
like
do
to
you
do.
want to do that versus stay as a realtor?
Before you answer that question, sorry.
This is all
Well,
over the place.
because that's why I said before you answer that question, I want to go back to something you said. I just want to give a little, I don't know the word I'm looking for. I want to corroborate what you're saying in terms of stress, because I had an issue with the house I purchased in Idaho, and I almost texted kind of bitched at my realtor about it.
Ooh,
Almost, right?
you almost
And
threw him a
I'm
bitch fit.
yeah, and I'm sure the realtors get this, right? Whereas they have nothing to do. And I rethought the text, and I was like, no, I'm gonna delete this because he really has no control over this, right? So, and I'm sure a lot of people don't go into that depth of thought in terms of, does my realtor really have any control over this, right? So I'm sure you get that, right? Where you,
Yeah.
and that's very stressful to be bitched at,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I can see that in terms of the stress, Joey. Sorry,
Yeah.
Dan, go ahead with your question.
I forgot what oh yeah, why are you moving towards investing rather than building your realtor business further?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so they're kind of one in of the same, but like instead of like building a huge team of agents selling real estate, that's, there's a lot of babysitting involved in that. There's a lot of turnover of agents turning over. It's very expensive because you have to have a lot of employees to support the agents.
Yeah.
So I am kind of slowly switching my emphasis on more of the investing side, because I just think that there's more money, there's more long-term wealth in that. Like, who wouldn't like, if I want to continue buying real estate. I also like buying real estate with others. I do. And I like, and I want to continue doing that for people, not necessarily like you guys, but I have a lot of clients that they don't really want to get in the nuts and bolts of real estate, of acquiring it. They want somebody else to go find a property, get it done, and like kind of put the money out.
So
But
kind of
not
like a silent partner kind of deal.
exactly. We aren't like, we all kind of want to be a little bit involved. So do I. I want to, I'm not at the level where I just want to give out money and have somebody else in another state take it. I want to be a little bit more hands-on, but I've found that I have a lot of other small business and medium-sized business clients that actually they're not our way. They would like to be more hands-off so they can focus on their business. I just sold this guy a property right now, and it's like he kind of wants me to be involved. He's actually approaching me to like partner with him, because then he can like relax. No, because when you partner with somebody, when they have their money involved, they also know, okay, he's going to protect it a little bit better because we're equally involved, right? I mean, not that I'm not that I'm, shady by any, I'm definitely not, but I think when you partner with somebody and you have equal, or not equal ownership, but have ownership together, it can help incentivize everybody to move the ball forward. But the reason why I'm doing that is long-term wealth, and it's one differentiation. Everybody is highly interested in real estate. Most people are highly interested in real estate and investing, but just it's getting from that point to actually buying that first one. And I think by partnering with people, it can help bridge that gap. But I just think that it's a strong play. I'm not going to stop selling real estate to like consumers. I just think that this is something that I want to kind of, hone in on.
And how much of this decision has to do with the potential disruption of AI on the day-to-day realtors' business opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it has really impacted that decision
Okay.
much yet. I mean, I highly am thankful for AI and all the AI resources that I currently use. I'm not an AI expert by any means. I know, Dan, you've encouraged to kind of emphasize on that. But that hasn't necessarily like helped me in switching a little bit more focus, or maybe the better word is like adding another pillar of what I do.
Okay.
That's
So it's
probably
more, it's just a way for you to diversify
Yeah.
your existing core competency into something else, but still being similar to what you're already doing. So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay. That makes more
exactly.
sense.
It's like I'm kind of already doing this. Might as well do it more. And I'm going to be glad I did this 10 years later when I have
Gotcha.
percentage of equity of all these other properties that I'm already managing and did it. It's like why
Gotcha.
wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, because inherent to the, and maybe this is going to go in the book too. And Chris, I don't think you and I have ever double clicked on this idea, but to be an entrepreneur is you may not go into it thinking you're an investor, but what you are doing is investing. And for many entrepreneurs, maybe that is their first investment ever, is their own business.
Yeah.
Once they realize that, hey, if I do it right, it prints money.
Right.
How can I do more investing? Not
Yeah.
just in
Yeah.
my own business, but
Yeah.
in
Right.
existing things that are assets. So, I think entrepreneurs could be a precursor to investor. And Robert Kiyosaki, in his
I was just going to say
cash
that.
flow quadrant, he actually has it in that order. He has the employee, which is like the worst category. Then he has small business owner. Then he has, and he thinks these are both equal, like investor and business owner, because both of those are more passive income. So it's hard to be a successful entrepreneur without eventually becoming an investor as well. And if you want to be an investor, I think the best way to get there is to be an entrepreneur. So that's something that currently does not have a place for in the book, but I think should be in there somewhere, at least in my section. What do you think about that? Being a entrepreneur ultimately leads to being an investor. It's very rarely that's the other way around, especially for the audience that's going to be reading our book.
I
'Cause
mean,
if you're already
it's rarely the other way around because there's plenty
so
of
if you're a
investors out
successful
there.
so if you're a successful investor, why would you just not do more investing versus doing something a little bit harder that's starting a startup?
What do you consider
I don't
somebody
think you
who
would.
just buys $1,000 worth of SPY every month? Is that an investor?
No, I mean like someone living off of their investments that does not have to work.
Oh,
Yeah, you
A
wouldn't.
professional investor.
right.
I think they would not, but I think
Correct.
everyone who becomes a successful entrepreneur ultimately becomes an investor.
Yeah. Everybody wants to make money while they sleep at night without having to do extra things.
Warren Buffett says that's the only way you'll ever make
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah. And
Make
that's essentially
money
what,
while you sleep.
So then is
look
an
at Warren
entrepreneur
Buffett.
just
That's
is
what
an
that's what he
entrepreneur
does.
just a pit stop on the way towards being an investor? Is that the real question?
If you're smart, yes. I mean, because there's some, if you're just like you have a super small restaurant, technically you're an entrepreneur. You have a job, right? You do have a job, but like, you could, if you don't ever, this is actually millions of Americans, unfortunately. They have a super small business, right? And they're just kind of working it. But if you're smart, you slowly invest your way. Smartest way is to do it while we're young, so that it doesn't have to be done that way. But more years with investing tends to be a better outcome. It's easier to become wealthy if you add the years. You obviously can do it. Like if you start for retirement at 60, yes, you could still have, but you have to like.
Well, you're just
a lot of money.
you're describing compounding interest, basically.
But using compound interest, and if you add an extra 10 years of investing, what does that do? But if you're smart,
it does worlds of greatness for you.
Exactly. It's less having to like white knuckling it and squeezing it out. But if you're smart and you're not,
I haven't been constipated lately, so I can't really.
I've been smooth. Like I tell Max, I go,
me too.
Smooth.
Not as smooth as Max, but
Max be smooth. Maybe a little intermission for a reaction, and then back into the topic.
an intermission.
Quick intermission.
That
It
was a
was
quick one, though.
Romanian Independence Day. No, there's other topics we need to discuss, but there is. We have to do our channel justice. We react to primarily Romanian music, and there's this new dude we haven't reacted to yet called OG Eastpool. Well,
Sure. You want me to help you with your groceries?
dude called OG Eastpool, and he's pretty popular right now, and he just released this song called BMW.
He's got that European plate.
Yeah, I mean Romanians love them some Beamers, and so here he is. I'm just gonna get into it. It's only a 3-minute thing. You guys let me know what you think. I haven't seen the video either. Actually, I've heard only the chorus of the song on Instagram. I haven't heard the full song because I do follow OG Eastpool on Instagram, as every blue-blooded Romanian should. So
Blue-blooded.
here we go.
Is that the blood of vampires?
Yes, man. Vlad Cepes. Shout out to him. Here we go. Happy Romanian Independence Day, everybody.
I-am spus că nu urc dacă nu-i BMW. Nu conduc, nu mănânc dacă nu-i BMW. Nu oprim, nu urc dacă nu-i BMW.
Dude, I gotta get those glasses.
I-am spus că nu urc dacă nu-i BMW. Nu conduc, nu mănânc.
Honestly, I gotta get those glasses too.
I was thinking more of the chain.
The chain. I mean, everything. Like this dude, and I follow this dude on Instagram. He lifts. He's a power lifter. I want to mess. He doesn't need security. He's his own security guard.
Very nice.
Dacă nu-i BMW. Nu oprim, nu dacă nu-i BMW. BMW. Ce vine regele? Cu ce vine regele? Cu ce vine regele? Cu ce vine regele?
They're saying, with what does the king come? How does the king roll through? And they say BMW.
And he does, and he definitely looks like trouble to me.
Trouble?
Yeah, he looks like trouble.
Yeah,
He looks a very nice man.
Yeah, probably an investor.
He looks like the song 16 Tons. If the left one don't get you, the right one will, kind of thing.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
he's a entrepreneur and probably becoming an investor. Let's see.
Înșeptat pachetem, mamă știi că-s gentleman. Doar bag mâna în portofel, să-i mai cumpăr un model. Seria 8 cabrio coupe, să iasă cu fetele. Să-l parchez lângă XM, în garaj zici că am harem. Oh goddamn, le-a sortez cât un Chanel.
Hey, English.
BBL, evacuări și matric.
Subtitles.
Yeah, he said BBL as well. So
always be leery of men with no necks. Just saying.
Well, that is true. But if you have a neck tattoo,
even more leery.
Even more. This is good
Run.
point. Good point. And notice he doesn't drive himself, but it's not an autonomous vehicle like Waymo.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a driver, probably a shooter, in the driver's seat.
Nice. Negras? What's Negras?
I'm not sure what he said there. Let's see.
He said Negras. What's a Negra?
I'm gonna listen. Let me listen. Llamo negras en cartier. I have a black lady in the ghetto.
That's what I figured. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Oh, she said, my girl don't want any rings. She wants a 380M Beamer. I like this. Bars.
Cartel, să mafie într-un cartier. Fata mea nu vrea inel, vrea un E30 la deget, s-o cer de nevastă. Cu ce vine regele? Cu ce vine regele? Cu ce vine regele?
scurt, nu conduc dacă nu-i BMW. Cabra cu autobuz, poate și cupe. Am urcat în BMW, 3 curve. Au zis că s-au plictisit de AMG. Yeah, BMW, vor toate româncele, vor toate țigăncile.
Shout out to him. He looks like Bad Bunny, no? That's what Joey said. He said,
Bad Bunny?
yeah, he said the girls, they want BMW. They all got tired of the AMG. I think that's what he said.
Poate și cupe. Am urcat în BMW, 3 curve. Au zis că s-au plictisit de AMG. Yeah, BMW, vor toate româncele, vor toate țigăncile. BMW-uri de la mari ca și bărcile. Jante pe 20, pistă de 20. Spar 10.000, dar ce crezi doar pe 20. Îi dau 2 calde, îi dau 2 regi. Ia zi repede, dar cu ceșle. Șeful și cu lino, șeptar mare, zici că e limo. Mi-o ard bine fresh ca limo. Am pistol ca Al Pacino. Ce bine regele.
Says I have a pistol like Al Pacino. Chris would like, you guys were both like that as open carry practitioners.
Open carry?
You guys are open carry practitioners, no?
No.
Oh, concealed carry.
Yeah. Open
Oh,
carry
yeah.
is not allowed in California.
That's true. You live in a pussy state. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, boys, happy Romanian Independence Day, and what a way to do it by celebrating one of Romania's best artists right now. Where did you guys go? Oh, here we go.
Right here.
OG Eastpool. What do you think? Our first reaction to OG Eastpool ever on this channel. And any thoughts? Feedback?
Like a Fast and Furious.
Is a Romanian Vin
Romanian.
Diesel?
you know, he literally looked like Vin Diesel. And the Rock, where with the eyebrow, I can't even do that, going up so much. It's like a
He
side
probably
view.
got shanked a few times near the eye. Too
That is
close
so
to comfort.
funny.
Yeah, he's one of the.
I wonder how did BMW pay for this?
Probably not. He's not that big, but
Oh, he's not that big. Okay, because it's like it was
getting
all
up.
BMW, and I'm like, I wonder if that was like an ad.
No, but you know, when you are BMW, yeah, OG Eastpool has 253,000 subscribers, so he's getting
Okay.
there, but not.
How many views?
That one just came out 11 days ago.
Oh.
It has 188,000.
Yeah, so it's new. Yeah.
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 That's why we
Dude,
react.
good for him.
We bring the freshness to this channel. Chris, what are your thoughts?
We're like hostess.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You're OG Eastpool fan?
I mean, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah. You can't expect much else.
He was
from
neat.
So
he was swell.
the look matched the flow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Well, when the fans let us know. And
I got hard ass the whole time.
You got hard
I
That's
did.
what I heard.
Yeah, I
watching
did.
this.
Yeah, that's what I said. Absolutely.
That's what I said.
Stay hard, like David Goggins says.
Right.
All right. Well, I give it 10 out of 10. No, maybe 9 out of 10. It could have had some more depth to it, but I think some of his other songs though. So we'll react later.
Well, so this is one thing you have to understand with rap. There's
Damn
not
rap
much
music.
There's not much joy and I can give when rap is, in my opinion, basically poetry, and I don't understand what the fuck he's saying poetry wise.
Right.
It's kind of hard to give it a good.
I mean, you got to judge by the flow, by the
Yeah,
I don't know,
sure.
just the vibe. You know, everyone's vibe coding these days, so this is vibe.
The vibe is hard ass.
Right, there you go. Thanks for clarifying that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, to watch the whole
Not I got hard from his ass, as you two are implying.
or you
This
got
is
hard.
taking a turn.
Just saying.
Okay.
Well, Chris, that's what I heard.
Thanks for the clarification.
I understand. I'm trying to help out here.
I know people were dying to know that, but thanks for the clarification. So
Certainly.
back to entrepreneurship. Where do we begin from there? My Airbnb is going better than I thought, honestly.
Yeah,
Well, Harder than I thought, but more money.
No, harder than your wife thought.
Harder than
Ah,
I thought. But more money than we both thought.
Sure.
good. But I'm sure it's going to get easier as time goes on. You know,
I hope so.
because
yeah.
don't you think that you'll be, or she'll be more used to?
Cleaning.
Well, she's not going to want to.
Hey,
clean.
that's one thing you can't scale, man. If you're doing the cleaning, you ain't scaling that shit. You know, like
Yeah,
that's something where I think that takes a lot of the cost out of the or a lot of the profits out of the venture. And then if you try to cut too much cost out of the cleaning budget, your guests start complaining like, I noticed it was a little
right.
dirtier than other
Yeah.
Airbnbs. So instead of 5 stars, I'm gonna give it 4. Well,
Right.
basically a 4-star Airbnb is not good. Like it's considered bad. It's like a 4-star Uber driver or a
see.
4-star Uber passenger, which I think Chris is bordering on one of those. But we have separate side stories regarding our Uber adventures.
Love to hear that.
Chris deflated my Uber score quite a bit on our New York trip. I had to
Yeah,
work hard to get it back.
I don't know what you're complaining about. I have a 5.0 on my Uber
Yeah,
score.
but everyone
you get it on it.
everyone else you roll with is their scores take a
Oh,
dump.
Chris, that's funny.
But that's the thing with the Airbnb. Like you have to focus on the details to be different, and then it really is like outsourcing the cleaning is fine, but after a while, you know, if you're not watching the cleaners, they start to slack. Like I've seen it as a guest in other Airbnbs. Like, I'm not gonna complain about this one's just not as clean, but whatever,
Right.
you know. So I wouldn't do this Airbnb if it wasn't for the house next door. But I've always wanted to do it just to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I would strongly recommend against doing it unless it's in your immediate vicinity.
yeah.
Personally,
I think it requires a lot more hands-on micromanagement than, for example, Joey, the one where I'm using your services in Anaheim. That's a long-term rental. You know, we're going on 5 years now, same tenant, almost no problems. I mean, I can definitely scale that model, you know, but the Airbnb, I think either you get very good at building a system, and then cleaning is so local. It's not like you can
Yeah.
find like the same quality cleaner in every city you want to go to. Like
Right.
that takes work. And if you start outsourcing it, you're either paying a lot or you're getting like just par for the course cleaning, which there's no real differentiations there. So which decreases your stars at some point. Where you have to like then pay to increase your stars some other way, like give them food or, you know, give them snacks. But still, cleaning is probably the most important thing, in my opinion, when I go to an Airbnb, and that's the hardest part. I think that's the part people don't talk about enough on the Airbnbs.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. And the cleaners are they can almost make or break it because it depends on the fee. Because it's tough because it's like you're trying to get the cleaner that might have charged what $300 normally or $350. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're trying to get them to do it for like $125,
Well,
or $200. You're trying to get them to do it for less because you're promising them volume,
Right.
well,
but
it's
you want
even
them
more
to do the same quality job.
Yeah.
it's even more complicated than that because there is no structured schedule, right?
Correct.
So you're
That's
asking for someone to be kind of on call.
That is 100% right. Because
Right.
you might have, not everybody checks in and checks out at the same dang time.
Right.
So exactly.
Or
they might
day.
need to
Or
clean
day.
on, completely different days. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I've learned. So that's why it's harder, but also more money than I thought. Like initially we raised our price $100 because after the first 2 people were like, hey, that's actually a lot of work, let's raise it $100, and it didn't slow down the bookings.
Like Dan
How much does
Go ahead, Joe.
the company take Airbnb?
Dude, I don't know.
Like percentage wise, is it a flat percentage?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't know his wife.
I
knows.
could here.
While I am
asked
the
him the same
professional,
question.
while I am the professional investor,
In
legally for the
a
IRS code, I forgot the code, but
Host.
Well, when Dan's looking, I'm going to say, so Dan kept telling me, "Hey, you should do an Airbnb." It's like, dude, I would not do an Airbnb unless I were local to it, because for the cleaning reason, right?
Oh.
Because it's like maybe you can get a cleaner to come out once every other week or once a week on a specific day, but what if my bookings don't align with that, right? Now what do? I have to be available to go take care of the cleaning. So
Right.
I
Right.
just don't think it makes a lot of sense unless you're local to the property.
Unless you're local, yeah. And there's always little things too,
So
like
it's 15.5% of the total, including the cleaning fee. So,
yeah,
What's the
Which-
charge? I'm sorry, I missed that.
so Airbnb takes 15 point, which actually that's a little bit lower than I thought. 15.5% of the total booking, which includes in there, like here they gave a quick example. If you're staying a night, 2 nights, and it was $100 a night and a $50 cleaning fee, the total is $250, including the cleaning fee.
Wow.
Airbnb takes 15.5%
Of
the
that 250.
exactly, which is $38.75.
See, I thought that's higher than I thought it would be.
yeah. We
Yeah.
don't charge a cleaning fee. We just charge a higher rent or
Oh,
daily stay.
okay.
It works out the same for Airbnb.
It works. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same.
exactly. Right. But you might,
Airbnb does insure you though.
Oh.
For free. So
Wow.
if somebody gets hurt on the premises, if somebody breaks something, Airbnb will cover it. They have their own policy.
wow.
Now, if a natural disaster occurs or
Right.
something happened when no one's there, that's where your own homeowner's policy comes in. But
Dude, that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, there is more wear and tear damage on the house too.
Yeah.
with
Oh, yeah.
Airbnb.
Because you have more frequent people moving in.
Yep,
and-
yep. We had somebody who was in a wheelchair, one of the guests, and they brought their own little ramp to get in,
Oh.
and they kind of messed the front
Ah.
door thing a little.
Yeah, that little transitional
hmm
step. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's more like, and then there's like more chips in the wall than there would be otherwise. But I mean, that's to be expected even from a regular rental, right? You just don't see it on a daily to day basis. You see it when the tenant leaves. And then you're like, damn, these people trashed. So I think that's comparable. The guests are still concerned about their own ratings too, very much so, because that will directly contribute to whether someone else takes them next time they want to stay somewhere. So, and we have not allowed certain guests to book because of their reviews already.
I didn't realize you could do that.
You rate your guests too.
So you
it's a
can, when
two-way
somebody
street.
requests, you can cancel it.
You cannot allow them.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's your house. I think you
Yeah,
should be able to do
yeah.
that.
I mean, that's the whole point of the rating system, right? It's gives you control as well, and so the guests tend to be like polite and respectful as well,
right.
And so yeah, so it's in many ways it's better than I thought, and in some ways it's slightly more difficult than I thought. Like
It
I don't
sounds like
know.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah. But I think it's harder to scale an Airbnb business. Like I know my wife follows all these Airbnb entrepreneurs now on YouTube. And she says, yeah, some of these people have like 50 Airbnbs, and some people lease homes and then
Yeah,
in the lease agreement, they're allowed
Yep.
to sublease without permission.
that's right.
So they do short term. Can you imagine? Would you be pissed if you were the landlord?
Yeah.
Your tenant is like, oh yeah, I don't live there, but I'm running a business out of it, and it's thanks for the house because it's an Airbnb.
Yeah. Luckily in California, if you use a standard lease agreement, it says no subleasing. Excuse me. But I have had people on properties I've rented say, "Hey, we want to do an Airbnb. We'll pay you more than market. Would you accept it?" And all my clients have said no because of the wear and tear.
Yeah,
And they're like,
and the
we'll
fact
pay
that
4 times deposit, but it's like, then
well,
you got
the issue
neighbor
there
complaints,
becomes
city complaints.
so the issue there becomes the arbitrage there is like the rating system for Airbnb is such that the homeowner can be more cautious about who they allow to rent their own home. Where if you're subleasing it, you don't care about that part. You just want volume. because it's not your home anyways. So yeah, you're responsible for damages, whatever. You don't care. It's not your house. So they're less likely. Like the people we rejected, if somebody was subleasing, they wouldn't care. They would let everyone, oh, another one, and then just
Yeah.
come through. So it
Yeah,
kind of is gaming the system in a way.
But if they're willing to pay 4 times the security deposit, I would be in favor of that, honestly. If, say, my security deposit's $3,000 and they're willing to do a $12,000 deposit, that's going to cover most anything that goes on at Airbnb, I would expect.
Well, and Airbnb covers the stuff too, but yeah,
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I would feel comfortable doing that.
I don't know if I would.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not
think I
sure.
would either.
I don't think.
no, seriously.
No, because you're
Yeah.
taking the ownership out of the
But what do
like
you
the middleman. You essentially have a middleman.
Sure. What do you think the worst case scenario is? So Airbnb insures the property, so any massive problems they're going to cover, right?
Well, that's if the host sees it through.
Correct.
They don't give it. It's not their property. They don't give a shit.
They're not
leasing it.
living there. They hired a cleaner, and the cleaner doesn't care. They just go in there and clean.
And that's, can you imagine how long? Let's say you got to replace a kitchen, or you got to replace a whatever, full bathroom. I mean, to go to spend hours with a huge corporate insurance company. I mean, they will, but that if you own the property and you are doing the Airbnb, you're going to do it. But and also you could, I'm not saying everybody that you do this subleasing thing, it's going to work out bad. No, like I've heard people that do well with it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't think I would.
I don't knock the hustle, but it is a little bit of gaming the system.
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I think you run into the same problems, just lesser scale because lesser tenants with a long-term rental, right? I've seen plenty of complaints of, the previous renter destroyed our house, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
And
unless, you're right.
So I think the problems are similar, but maybe a little less with a long-term rental because you're just having lesser people come through.
Right.
Where the difference
you're right.
would be,
you could get hosed if you only have a $3,000 deposit and they rip it to you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You need
I think the problems are very similar because with short-term rentals, they're just that short-term. So they only have so much time to really do any damage. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't think I would take issue, especially if they're willing to pay 4 times the security deposit.
But they're willing to pay higher deposit and higher rent. So if your normal rent's like $4,000, they'll probably pay $5,000.
Yeah,
Right.
see, I think I would be okay with that personally.
Another caveat is the Airbnb host sets the rules for what's allowed on the property and what's not. So, for example, smoking. For
Sure.
example, are you allowed to have parties? You're less likely to say yes if it's your home. You're more likely to say no if you're renting it and subleasing it. And so that's where I would say no, even with the 4 times deposit.
But at the same time, these sublessees, they need to be able to have this property ready for the next tenant, right? So they also have to. They're also mindful of this as well.
Yeah, but it's in satisfactory condition. So if like something gets damaged, but it's not really affecting like the day-to-day, they'll just rent it out again, and they'll just maybe charge a little less for the night. Right, so then it all over time becomes a cheaper nightly thing, but it's not their house. They don't care. That's where the problems get to. Like these little things, we already had several little things happen with only like 7 guests, but we fixed them all right away.
Sure.
But if you have a subleaser in there, I don't know if that's happening at the same speed, if at all.
Sure.
If at all. I mean, it's not even their house, so just drop the rent a little on the Airbnb. And then the lower the rent, the lower quality of people you're attracting. And it's kind of like a downward spiral.
It seems like I've heard more like now, like Airbnbs that are like really not like luxury, but like, bigger homes and like fully furnished. And like one of my friends just rented a Airbnb house in Palm Desert, and actually what the city was like, it was like not the nicest city out there. I think it was like Indio or something. It was something like off the beaten path, but it was like an acre property. They had a swimming pool, pickleball, sand volleyball. Like it was an experience kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the bookings seemed to be like completely booked, so it seems like more of like the experience or like bigger properties, which also sounds riskier, can potentially do well.
So speaking of experience, then Elon was on a pod this weekend, and he said he believes that money will not be important in about 20 years.
You will own nothing and like it.
Well, that wasn't where he was going. He said work would be optional.
Yeah, sounds like it. You'll own nothing and like it. If work is optional, then you're not owning anything, most likely.
Do you think so? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, work is optional doesn't mean you're not going to do it.
I don't think he was going. Yeah, he wasn't going what you were saying, Chris. He was more so like.
No, I don't disagree with you, Joey. But I'm saying if you're not working, you're probably not owning anything. If the government's providing you everything, they're owning everything. Most likely, right? If you're living in Section 8 housing,
well, they're saying like
you don't own that.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right.
Well, he said work will be optional.
No, because what that guy said, own nothing to be happy. It's
Klaus Schwab. Let's give credit where credit's due.
It's 5% own everything, not necessarily the government. It's just the elitists own everything,
right?
And all the sheep own nothing. And they're going to be happy, not necessarily that the government's owning it. Now, they very well also could be with George Soros or whoever.
Sure. Okay. Elite and government. How about that?
Yeah. For sure.
Quasi-government entities.
Yes.
NGOs. Non-governmental organizations.
Sure.
So he said work is optional. Doesn't mean most people won't do it.
It becomes optional with super AI.
So if you double click that, it's the low value work is optional. We're not going to need people to pick produce in the fields. We're not going to need like the menial.
We need that.
So that double click also includes a UBI, right?
It would have to, of some sort for those people.
So if you choose not to work, which you can choose, you will also get UBI. So you'll be entirely reliant upon the government.
Correct. And in this scenario, the productivity gains from AI would offset the money supply growth, which would create a deflationary environment where prices go down. Inflationary would be the growth is slower than the growth of the economic output is slower than the money supply growth. That's inflation. And so for this to work would be in a deflationary stage, but to get there requires kind of a hyperinflationary pathway.
Yeah, you're never going to see deflation ever again.
Nah, I wouldn't say never, man.
So long as the world has the debt it does, you will never see deflation.
So on this podcast, Elon said 3 years we're in a deflationary environment.
He's wrong.
He says AI gets that good.
He's wrong.
He's wrong. He has to be wrong. I don't know,
man. Chris, I love you, but I would bet on Elon on this.
Okay, I would bet all the money I have he's wrong.
Oh, don't do it, Chris. Don't do it.
I would.
Okay, then put all your money to short the SPY.
No, that's not what I mean, right?
No,
and that would that would be the opposite, Dan. Deflationary would be the short. I'm saying deflation will not happen. It's going to continue upwards. So here's why deflation will never happen. Okay, because the government can't afford deflation to happen. They have to have money continue to lose value, which is anti-deflationary,
right,
in order to maintain their debt. And the world right now is in like $300 trillion in debt.
Right.
300 trillion.
So he says the next 3 to 5 years.
So deflation can't happen.
Well, no, he says the next 3 to 5 years that happens rapidly, the inflation, and then we get to a deflationary period.
So what happens to the debt? The debt
The
of the
debt
world.
will be gone because of the rapid pace of the money printing.
That makes no sense.
So it'll become cheaper to pay off the debt once it switches to deflation.
So you get hyperinflation, in which they can
Yes.
get rid of the debt,
Followed by a deflation.
with the hyperinflated currency. We'll pay
Uh-huh.
off, all debts now paid off.
Followed by a new paradigm of
So
deflation.
okay, fine. If all debt is gone, both consumer as well as governmental, then sure, that could happen. I don't see how that happens in 3 to 5 years.
That's what he said, man. I'll send you the link.
What I don't understand is how could work become optional?
Optional meaning you don't like the work you do. I think this is what he meant. Because if
Mm.
you're out in the fields picking strawberries,
You
you're
don't
gonna have
to-
robots doing that.
but
Eventually, the robots
is that
will be
all
enough.
work becomes optional? Is that because that's
Work
how I took what he
So,
said? Like
here-
you
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
to work.
All work
That's
becomes
how I took
optional.
it.
I will
Yeah.
give you a hypothetical real quick.
Yeah.
Well, not a hypothetical, actual scenario. So my son, who's in school for mechanical engineering, is now rethinking that. He's just like, maybe 5 years until AI can do all of this.
Robots.
Right. Not robots. It would be AI.
And
right?
what does he do again?
Mechanical engineering is the
So
degree he's pursuing. So
is that wow?
So he's rethinking that. Does this really have long-term sustainability? And I had a conversation with him. I couldn't necessarily disagree. I said, there's no telling where this goes. And yes, that could absolutely happen. But at the same time, you can't live in fear. Right.
Good advice, dude.
So but the thing is, I had no legit, like, this is the way to go. Right.
Well, there's an
Right.
argument from Ryan Holiday that says those degrees that we've been bashing, rightfully so, because they cost way too much for the economic output,
The lesbian
become
dance
important.
theory.
Yeah, those become important again. Things like philosophy, things like
Oh.
critical
things
thinking.
that AI is not part of.
I see.
Exactly. Beauty, curiosity, and truth seeking
And art.
studies.
And art.
And art, yeah. Because that work will be optional as well, because there will be the majority of entertainment will be done by AI in 5 years for sure. Like if you go on YouTube, some people argue the majority of YouTube videos already are AI.
Elon believes AGI will be here in 5 years. AGI.
Well, there you go. Advanced artificial general intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, human-like ability to think, right? Where
Minus the creativity.
I'm faced with something that there's no historical pattern for, because that's
Right.
what AI is going off of right now entirely.
Right.
What do I do with this situation? It can think for itself. It doesn't need past historical evidence to guide it.
But so what it means to be human is still curiosity, the ability to know what is beautiful, and truth seeking.
Okay, I don't disagree with that, but
Yeah,
that's
but does that provide any value to the marketplace?
exactly
going
that's
to
exactly
have-
what
I think it's
I
gonna
don't
have
think
to.
it does. I don't think it does unless you're in customer relations. Personally,
Well, wouldn't everything
I
be
think it does
really
like that amount of time, but I don't know if it,
customer relations.
Yeah, but isn't any
Like what
business
you do,
have
Joey.
customer relation?
I think what Joey does, it doesn't replace that, right? Because it's not a
it
Right.
could, I mean,
Because Joey has
could.
taste. Like a lot of clients probably rely on Joey's expertise for like what's considered beautiful, what's true
Yep.
regarding the contracts, and then what's the other one? Curiosity. Like, why is Joey interested in El Centro? Maybe I should look there too, because
Right.
he's the expert. Whereas the AI doesn't have curiosity; it just goes by what you prompt it to do.
AI will eventually, once it's refined, be able to replace bedside manner, but initially, only humans will have that capability. That kind of bedside manner,
Sure.
relatability.
But there's value. I think the value will become in what you ask versus what the output of the answer is.
But AGI doesn't require that. Honestly,
AGI will not know what to ask, though.
no, AGI I don't think will require that. In other words, how you conversate with a human
Hmm.
will work the same way with AGI.
What about working on problems, working on finding solutions for problems?
Well, that could strictly be AI, right? But that I understand what you're saying. That requires specific questions,
Right.
whereas there's no need for interpretation. Whereas I think AGI will be capable of that because it can think like a human. That's what AGI is. It can think like a human.
Sure.
Can it do what BlackRock does?
Allocate capital? Yeah, probably better than BlackRock.
buy all properties so people can't buy them to rent them.
Right?
Well, it's essentially allocating capital. Like, could they do?
No, Chris, do you, what? So I do. So Dan, I know where you're going with this. Can they analyze and do? Yes, better on like stocks and but actually do like they actually like buy like off like they BlackRock with real estate. It's not just buying shares of stuff, right? So
Hmm.
could AGI do? Could they just somehow go around and be buying real estate
Why couldn't
without
Yeah,
without
why
humans?
couldn't they? Why couldn't they? The problem
And
is the humans will always be in the market situation because if you have, if it's only AI involved in marketplace, you're gonna get eventually a perfect market. What is it called? The efficient market hypothesis, where market pricing is always correct because it's rational. The
but
only
it's all
thing that,
but it's already almost always
no,
correct.
no,
It
it's
wait,
highly
wait, wait,
irrational.
wait, no, I agree with you. It is highly irrational, but eventually it corrects itself. It can
Eventually,
it can have irrational behavior for an extended period of time. You never know when the market will become
correct,
rational
correct.
again, but eventually it becomes rational.
But with
Always.
AGI, it will always be rational, so there will never be an arbitrage.
Okay. I suppose that's probably
Unless
true.
humans get involved here and there, like, wait, let me stop my AI and do this because I want to get greedy and
Mhm,
have an edge up on the AGI.
mhm.
So then you are going to get irrational. So there's always going to be human involvement.
Depends. Have you seen the movie Surrogate? It's with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
In that movie, there would be no need for humans to get involved, right? In any of this, because they've been subdued by their non-real world, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this shit's interesting as fuck.
No, I don't disagree. I find it. I think about this probably almost daily.
Huh.
Hey, don't end the pod because I have some investment advice for you two and anybody who's listening. But I need to step away for about 2 minutes. So
Can you give us details, please? That
Give
we
us-
are
yeah.
dying to know.
I'm a type 1 diabetic and I'm starting to have a low blood sugar, so I got to grab some sugar.
Ah, well,
Oh, okay. All right.
in that case,
Please
please
go.
do.
All right,
Maybe
I'll
I'll
be right
get a
back.
shot of Romanian.
I gave you all the info. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know,
Dude, I
Joey.
forgot Chris had that. But so what is everybody gonna if work is unnecessary? Again, that's just like
Well, work
there
optional.
needs to be
Work is
something.
optional. But that's the
There
key
needs to
word.
be
It's not
something.
unnecessary. It's optional. Meaning,
Okay.
who does it? A human or a machine? Right? That's what optional means. It doesn't mean unnecessary. It's definitely not unnecessary. Work's always going to be necessary. The question is, it's optional for human to do it.
But that's just it's the same thing for the last 200 years,
I
right?
think it's the same thing. I think it's just
Be-
another
because
tool
that's
that
just
humans
like
control.
people protested when the tractor
Exactly.
was
I
made.
think it's just another tool that humans control ultimately. But
yeah,
it's
now
true.
I will say this is probably like no other. I will 100%, but I it's like that's why I keep just going back to with every progression
Yeah.
we've had.
And if you
People
look at every
always
progression,
kept saying, "Well, we're not going to be able to do anything," and I'm like,
and if you look at every progression, it's always improved humanity by an order of magnitude.
that's right.
So why would this one be different? You know,
Yeah.
like, I mean, do you need field workers if robots can do it? Like, do you know how bad that is to
Then
breed those pesticides?
why would both Apple and Facebook, when they met with Trump recently, they said
Mhm.
that they are devoting $600 billion over the next couple years to
Mhm.
AI infrastructure. If they were if they are going to devote just in the next couple of years 600 billion to AI, do you think they're doing that to not make money?
Of course.
So there is going to be, just like the internet, how that created way more streams of income and possibilities of people making money. Facebook and Apple would not be. That's 1.2. So yeah, 1.2 trillion dollars.
Right.
I mean, and that's all the like. That's a lot. That's a big investment for them. That's not. It's not like that's a small.
It's not a small. And what I just said about every technological leap has improved the quality of life for humanity. That is true, but there was a lot of disruption during the process.
100%.
And this takes
and
a couple
people
decades.
did lose jobs.
A lot.
Yes. So I do agree. People will lose jobs, maybe more than has been before. Just like when the tractor, people lost jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm confident that always we've adapted.
Yeah.
But this probably would be the most significant. Yeah, I do agree with that.
And if it increases productivity and GDP at a faster pace than money supply, you are creating little by little deflationary environment, meaning prices go down of most things.
Yeah.
Now certain assets will continue to go up, like real assets, like real estate. Those continue to go up because those have government subsidies. Those have high regulations. Those prices are kind of controlled by the government when it comes to HHE, housing, health, and education. But other than that, iPhones will be cheaper. Cars should be cheaper. Food should be cheaper. Energy should be more expensive. And then housing, health, and education should be probably more expensive, although those could be cheaper too if you remove government interference. You're back, Chris.
Mm-hmm. Everything would be cheaper if there was no central banking.
That's right. That's right.
If that's what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, but...
Wait, is there a central banking?
For sure.
Well, Joey brought up the point of work being optional. Like, this is just another industrial revolution. It's just the informational revolution. And it always comes, all these productivity gains always result in better outcomes for humans. But in the process, there's a lot of dislocation in this place.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, it is
100%.
better for the human quality of life for humanity.
So we've argued about this at least on 2 separate podcasts previously.
Make it a third.
Yeah,
Chris thinks AGI is too powerful.
I do. I really do.
And that might not be wrong.
Highly problematic to humanity.
In what regard?
I mean, some could say the internet is like that too.
Yeah, but the internet is nothing comparable to AGI.
So
and this is the argument we've had, right? That each technological advancement, everyone's been concerned about it. This is different. This is completely different than all those previous. But
they all have said that too.
That's absolutely. When the wheel was invented,
I do agree. Chris, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. This is the most significant change ever. But it started with the tractor, the wheel.
Do either of you watch the 3-body problem? So
but Chris, do you hear what I'm saying? Like, it started with the tractor and the wheel.
I was going to respond to that.
Okay.
With
I'm
this.
sorry. Go ahead.
Do either of you watch the 3-body problem?
No.
So in that, there's I'm going to ruin it for you if you watch it, but in that, there's an alien civilization that's coming to Earth to take it over, right? And the Earthlings are conversating with it, and they come to find out that the Earthlings' advancements are far superior to that of this super intelligent, way further advanced than humanity. The thing is for them, it took like 100,000 years to get from caves to computers. And we did it in 4,000 years, right? So they're very scared of humans, right? and they won't get to Earth for like in this show for like 300 years. And they say by the time we get there, you guys will be superior to us, right? Because of how quickly we advance. Now, what I mean to say to your statement there is, I think we're in a situation where, and I've heard others say this, including Elon, that we're in no control over what's coming, right? Because all we're doing is trying to get there with no guardrails. And when this comes, there's going to be problems associated with it. How serious will those problems be? That's everybody's guess. But there will be problems because we're going there without guardrails. We're getting there too quickly with nothing of concern in terms of safety.
You don't think Trump's AI cabinet is top notch and like the best that could be putting regulations around this thing?
No.
I mean,
I
these are
think
practitioners.
I think their only concern is to beat China.
For sure.
That's a good concern. If China's going to
Yeah,
let
and
the genie out of the
and
bottle
honestly,
anyways,
I would want to be first in this too, man.
No, I don't disagree with
would
that.
you
But that
want China
removes
to
all
be
the
first?
guardrails. That no, I don't disagree.
Right.
But at the same time, you have the other flips to that coin, in which
But
how does this
first
affect
priority is
humanity?
be first, and then. But what you're saying is you might be too late.
Once that genie's out of the bottle, we're all fucked.
so you think AGI will ever have its own intentions and wants? Because those are intrinsically human qualities.
Well, a lot of those, as you put it, fear porn videos or porn
Right.
fear videos say it's already happening.
But
right?
they're just skipping a lot of steps. Like humans, that's something that humans are actually born with, is like curiosity and a desire. AI is just does what it's told. It's programmed. Otherwise, it's latent. It's not doing anything.
No, I agree with that. I think once AGI is here, I think we'll have.
If AGI is here,
I think once
I
it's
would just like to see like tangible tasks.
once it's here,
you
it
will
will,
have AGI do. That's what I just want to see.
once it's here, it'll have self-preservation in mind. Again, if it's thinking like a human, that's first and foremost.
but that's where the
most
big
human.
jump is coming. Like
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you know
see how
what?
it thinks like a human.
Computers already think. They can do math problems.
But they don't think.
thinking.
But
Right.
they don't think.
They don't think. Well, they reason, but
They
they reason
compute.
within.
They don't think. Think means taking on a task that you have no prior history with and can think it through on how do I deal with this, right?
on
Well,
more
actually,
than language.
Computers
It's already
cannot
doing
do
that.
AI. No, the AI does not do that.
I
does
give AI. I do this every day.
Sure.
I give AI an example of what I want something to say,
Mhm.
and it makes it sound better. That's thinking.
Right, but that's learned
Yeah,
language modeling.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What Chris is saying is we're training these things. At some point, something's going to flip where these things start thinking on themselves with no prompts. Well, if they just ask me to do this, why don't I just do this for my own sake,
Mm-hmm.
not for my human?
So that's another way of saying what I was saying, Joey. Does that make sense?
But I don't think that's happening because
not
that's a
gonna need humans,
desire. That's a
but they're not-
desire.
They're not going to need humans, right?
But that to say that can happen from this is a big stretch because now you're talking about what it means to be a human, and that's something that's innately human.
Again, I'm referring to AGI, and maybe it never happens, right? Again, a lot of people are saying 20 years. Elon's saying 5. I don't know. If it happens, we're in trouble, in my opinion.
The potential to be AGI versus it actually happening is different because you can get agentic
No doubt.
AI.
Yeah,
Agentic AI is different. It's like what Joey's talking about. I give you a task.
Sure.
That's it. That AI has no desire on its own to do shit at night
No
when
doubt.
no one's watching.
No doubt.
To figure out its own problems. How do I get out of this box?
Yeah.
That's essentially what you're saying AGI is, but that is desire and intentionality, which they don't have.
So AGI is a little different than that, in my opinion. It's more able to think as humans do, where, like I said earlier about our book, right? I'm taking a shower. It's like, how do we improve our book? So
Right,
it's not
right.
given direct instruction.
Correct. And why do you think that way? Because you want the book
But how
to be
would it get
successful.
there? So you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
How would AI get to what you are now saying? Because right now,
I don't know if it does. I'm just
I don't
telling
think
you
it can.
I'm telling you what
Yeah,
experts
I guess
are
because we're
Most
just
are
kind of
saying 20
making
years.
up a situation that what if the but like how would all these like I
That's what
just
I'm
don't
saying.
understand how
Chris
it would be
Chris
able to
just said,
do that
he's in the shower thinking about how we can make our book better.
for sure.
That's because you have a desire and a will to make a successful product. AI has no. That's a desire. Desire is not something you
Yeah,
can manufacture.
No,
yeah.
but I think it goes a little one step further than that. So I actually my degree's in computer science, and back in the day,
Fuck.
back in 2000, which was a lifetime
In
ago,
the year
back
2000.
2021. So the instructor at the time, the professor, he was talking about how he didn't believe then, because this was already a conversation, that AGI could ever come to be without um, what's the term? Biological computing.
Mm,
Like it
okay.
had to have biology behind it, right? Like it had to be
Okay.
alive.
Okay.
Like the computer systems would have cells, right?
Right.
That's what he said.
But
Because
cells are so. Cell is alive, but it's not. It's the connection of all the cells that makes the person themselves. And there's even a question of where this universal consciousness actually comes from. So this is where
sure.
it gets religious.
So now
and
we're going to go down
philosophical.
the philosophical hole.
I mean, it's an existential argument because what is it to desire? Like to existentially desire, not just I got a task from someone, so I have a desire to solve this problem efficiently. But what is it to desire innately for yourself? These machines can't just do that. Like
Yeah, I don't see how
that's not
Well,
innate.
they're a
whoever
tool.
said that they would
Yes.
what's the facts on how it could get to that?
None. People like to jump steps all the time.
Okay, because that's now after thinking about this a little bit more, I'm like, how would like where's the day? I guess Elon Musk has said, and I I think that is something to consider. But like, what in this it's right now it sounds to me fairy tale.
Well, if we
this
can do
fairy
that,
I
tale
don't
happens-
disagree with you, Joey.
if
I'm
we
not
can
sure
do
it
that,
happened.
we are now God, because then we can create life that thinks for itself and has morals and has desire. So we then proves the simulation
or lack of morals.
or lack of moral. Like you can be Cain or Abel, sure,
Mhm.
but you have that potential, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Innately, not pre-programmed.
Yep.
Free will.
Yep.
I mean, I will say this, Chris. I do think that if the fairy tale was true, and it could, I mean, what it could hack things, it could eliminate currencies by zeroing everybody's bank account. Like, so there's that stuff. Think of how much stuff is online that if it was able to hack government websites, all that.
You guys are both men of faith, right? You're both
See.
men of faith. Okay, so if you think humans can create an entity that is exactly like a human, then you are saying we are God-like potential. Because we're creating now our own Adam and Eve. If you don't think that's possible due to your
We're already
religious
creating
framework,
we're by
you're creating human-like, but you're to create an independent entity with free will, like
well,
human.
that's what I don't understand how we would get there. Because I guess this whole time I'm thinking
It goes against a belief
AI
in
is
God.
something that we prompt.
It goes against a belief in God if you think AGI is possible, because then it means we are God, because we're creating that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure I believe it can be done.
I don't think so either, and I'm the least religious on this panel.
Right, and I'm just telling you what and you're aware because you follow
Not
this
no
stuff,
more.
what the experts say. Elon's saying 5 years. Google,
Yeah, that is
Facebook,
interesting that Elon is
they're saying
so,
20 years. But again,
Yeah.
the longest period furthest out period is 20 years now.
Well, it also depends how you define AGI, because there's some definitions that say when one AI agent is more intelligent than the cumulative total of humanity, that's AGI. Another definition is these are able to act on their own and have their own desire and innate free will. Those are two different things.
I think it's
Grok
both.
says they were-
I think it's both.
Well, the latter one is a lot harder to pull off.
No,
with
but
it-
I
where
think
we
I think
currently
it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
It's true AGI.
Well, then, if that is possible, then I would say we are 100% in a simulation. Because if we just created independent beings, then we are like our God has probably did that to us, and somebody made him in the same way ad infinitum.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't be a possibility.
Infinity is a long ass time.
No doubt.
Like it will eventually happen if that's the case. I just don't think that's the case. I think there's something innate about being human.
But putting that in perspective, what you just said, if you took a caveman to now, they would think we were all gods.
Sure.
I'm just putting it in perspective what you said. That's not necessarily true.
But we are still the same species. That's a human being. You're talking about a different species altogether.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily make you godlike.
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, you make another thing that acts like us and it has free will and desires and all that. I would say we're godlike.
made in the image of God.
Yeah, as is above, so is below. Well, where is below? Well,
yeah, I guess if you want to look at it that way. I mean, it'll be made in your image. We wouldn't make.
Well, that's faux show.
We wouldn't make androids that look like demons or something. I imagine.
Faux show.
That's faux show. You guys want to do one more song or go over it?
No, I want. No, before you go, I got an investment.
Oh, okay. Yes, yeah.
So Dan's tired of hearing this. Dan, you can ignore me. So
I won't.
I strongly so Dan and I are going to hopefully, knock on wood, Dan and I are going to come into a fair chunk of change in the next month.
Vegas.
So
yeah, I let Joey know off the air about this possibility.
Okay. So I intend to take a third of that and buy SLV with it.
SLV.
Yeah.
What is that? Silver?
Yeah. Silver on the stock market.
Way to take a walk on the wild side, man.
So here's
That's
why
some balls.
I have two reasons.
Dude, right?
So the gold to silver ratio over the last 50 years has been between 20 and 50. Right now it's at 80. Okay. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is over the last 5 years, and this year's been the worst, they're using more silver than they are producing. So they're running out of silver. Okay. Silver is required for electricity, for conduct of electricity, especially in situations.
Gold required in computers, though?
Yeah, it's the best conductor of electricity. So its usage is the supply of silver is running out. And that will only.
But are you saying
price.
Way more than gold?
So the gold to silver ratio is usually over the last 50 years, between 20 and 50. What that means is if you have 20, whatever it might be at the time, somewhere between 20 and 50 silver ounces, that will buy you 1 ounce of gold. That's the gold to silver ratio. Okay. Right now, the ratio is 80 to 1. Right. Takes you 80 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold.
But that doesn't
way elevated
supply.
So in terms of supply, mines are not producing what's being used every year for the last 5 years, and this year is actually getting worse.
Is there more?
Well, there's a lot of, from what I understand, in order to power all these data centers and stuff, there's much more than just silver that's needed.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is the ratio is way out of whack for where they're at.
I see. You're saying there's an arbitrage.
Yes. It's at
So
80
it's not
to 1.
It's not an efficient market.
It's 80 to 1 right now is the ratio, when it historically is between 20 to 50. So that means you're almost, if it only went to 50 to 1, you're almost doubling your money.
Okay. I mean, same argument with Meta being undervalued. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Third? Wow. Okay. So that's a big bet, or that's a bold bet, I would say. Okay,
well,
but
I think it happens in the next year.
I think it has
Okay.
a safe floor.
no,
I just think
no. All I'm saying is a third of the chunk would be a big bet
Yeah.
in silver when silver is at least SLV year to date. It's up almost 6%. So excuse me, almost 27%.
Oh yeah. I think it's got another 100% to run, minimum. So
And for how long? In
I'd
what duration of time?
I would say over the next year.
So it's gonna double in 12 months.
Minimum. Yeah.
Wow.
I can make the same argument for Amazon and Meta.
Right.
Where the difference here is inflation, right? Because Trump just appointed this person that's going to for sure print, right?
Oh, for sure.
I would hope so. I'm praying so.
Yeah, we're
Right.
praying for the hyperinflation here.
So what else are you gonna do with the
Sorry,
what else are
peasants.
you gonna do with the 2/3?
I don't know yet. I might put it all in SLV. I don't know.
Dude, this Chris dude is off the rack. Like this
Damn,
dude,
Chris.
this guy is something else.
At
man.
least.
Dude. Wow.
I'm gonna invest in all
Okay.
nickels because
Yeah,
the,
right.
nickel, the 5 cents.
Chris is gonna have bags of
But those aren't silver. Let's
But
go
there's
back
a
about
floor.
100.
be ringing it around.
So,
Wow.
I-
Well, I mean, you sound very convinced. but
Well-
that's a big bet, man.
so the thing is,
I didn't realize you're so risky.
it's a
Chris
safe.
is the most risky of all.
No, it's a safe bet. It's a safe bet.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could see that. I would do Amazon or Meta over that because
That's more risky, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think like they have a safer. I was just gonna say they have a safer floor because there's still growth in the growth phase. Whereas silver, if your thesis is wrong, there's no real growth for it.
Because what over let's see here.
The growth is that they're running it. They're using more than is being produced.
Right, but how close
but
are
what
they
if
to
they
being
find
able
it-
to replicate
what if
silver
that's
with something
stock?
else, synthetic?
Yeah, that's not a concern.
That's the thing that scares me with these
But Chris,
precious
what
metals.
if they find something else for the computers besides silver? I mean, dude, that would fuck you.
Sure. Well, it wouldn't.
And bro,
because
that's possible.
it is possible, but historically,
yeah.
Wait.
Historically,
silver and gold have been money.
and they are. I do agree with that.
So
But
it has a
I've
floor. That's
never
why I'm
heard
saying it's safe.
somebody make gold and silver for a massive appreciation play. I've never heard that. You would be the first.
Sure.
Well, he says there's a current opportunity now, which maybe I haven't looked into that market, but
Because I've always have seen people do it for slow and kind of
Well,
steady.
that's what scares me about precious metals is like that slow and steady. where you get
I
stuck-
don't do that.
You get stuck in this thing for
I've
30
never
years.
heard somebody say that they want a massive.
All right, let's
home
come
run.
back in a year and see where we're at.
We can.
I'm
We
not
can.
saying that you're wrong. Like you're wrong. I'm just saying I've never seen that.
Well, I mean, gold's outperforming everything right now.
Right.
Literally everything.
Gold. Well, you're talking about silver,
Not
I
Google,
understand-
it's not
I
outperforming Google.
and that's
So
not true.
What I mean is the Dow. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
not saying a specific stock because you
Yeah,
can pick all
okay,
kinds
yeah.
of stocks that specifically have outperformed it.
AQSC outperform gold.
I'm saying Dow on a whole, real
Yeah.
estate on the whole. Pick anything on the whole, it's outperformed it.
Sure,
Crypto
sure.
on the whole.
I
Gold
understand.
has?
That I understand.
Gold has.
Gold in the last year or two, right?
Yeah,
Or how,
it's at the all-time high. Yes.
yeah.
No, it's not just that. So over the last
is.
25 years, it's outperformed the Dow.
Gold has.
And what I'm telling you,
But who would have bought gold 25 years ago?
Oh,
and
hold on.
still
What-
hold
We're
on
talking
to
about
it?
silver.
I understand that, and that's where I was going to
Let's
go.
stick with silver.
The ratio on gold and silver historically is way out of whack. Okay, because of what gold's done, and silver's going to catch up because it actually has more of a utilization case than gold.
So you're saying just put some in SLV? I'm not opposed to it. I wouldn't put
Yeah.
1/3 of.
I would
Well,
not do it.
I am
Not
because
in
I
there.
expected it to double at least.
Wow,
Jeez.
that is such a bold play.
Yeah,
You could
Why
be
do you-
right. Again, I'm not. You very well. could be right.
And worst case scenario,
You will
I
be the
break-
first person.
worst case scenario, I
buys
break.
appreciation or buys precious metal strictly for appreciation.
Worst
it's like
case
You'll be the
scenario,
first person.
worst case, I think you break even. Worst case scenario.
I mean, we are here
Dang.
December 2nd, 2025. So December 2nd, 2026. We're back here. I wouldn't bet against this though. This is like, it seems like you've studied this a little too much. For 1 year is like also a short period of time. So
Yeah, I mean,
I
gold,
believe you.
Yeah,
But
gold.
you're talking about doubling your money. I do think.
Actually, let's look at it.
I think Meta and Amazon are also just as likely to double in the next year.
So
So
gold.
you have to add inflationary problems,
Yeah,
right?
dude, gold has gone up 60% in just a year, but over 5 years, it's gone up only 100 and not only, but 124%. So
Well,
year to date, it's gone up. I mean, that just shows you it's gone up significantly over the last 12 months. So, which in my opinion, that gives me more concerned over the next 12 months. If something has a pretty big jump, this is not always a rule, but if something has a pretty big jump, there's potentially more of a chance that it has a slight correction.
I hear what you're saying.
Not every time, though. I mean, again, Chris, I'm not saying that you're going to be wrong. You very well could be right. I just have never heard somebody say.
So
all right,
the gold to silver ratio, the silver has to catch up, right? Unless gold has a decline, which is possible, which I don't think will happen, but it's possible.
But don't they each
The
have their own
ratio has to
independent
equate.
value?
No, historically there's an analog to what silver is priced according to gold. And
okay,
usually
hat bet.
usually it's somewhere
But
between
it doesn't always have to
hat
be
bet
that
documented.
exact.
over the last 50 years it's between 20 to 50.
1 year documented hat bet.
Yeah, but that's a large gap, dude.
Right, but it's at 80 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have
I'll
to
bet
listen.
you a hat that Amazon grow in 1 year
Mhm.
grows more than SLV.
Okay.
All right. I wear a 7 1/4.
Yeah, I know. I've heard this literally 1,000 times at this point.
They-
I know
Wait,
what you
how
wear.
much are these hats? Hold on. How much are these hats? Because I'll
The
make
ones
a bet
I go
too.
for try to do like 60, 70, but sometimes I'll be nice and do
I
50.
could afford that. Dude, I would bet that Tesla is going to be up.
Nah, I wouldn't take that one in the next year. No, just because
yeah,
it's had a
there's-
move.
And it's
It's
also
had some moves.
I've heard a bunch of people say it's overpriced.
Amazon's primed. It's like
They
what
have
Google
been
just.
saying
I've
that
heard Amazon
for
and
30
Meta.
years.
I've heard Amazon and Meta are underpriced. So
Which
that's
one did I take? Amazon or Meta?
You're taking Amazon.
Okay, yeah, I think that's.
But I've
the
heard
slightly
Amazon and
better.
Meta are both underpriced.
Yeah, I think Amazon's slightly better chance, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure I said the right one.
So just so we have the rules here, the
December
percentage
2nd.
gain,
Percentage gain.
between
No funny shit. Just
between
Robin Hood. What it is.
silver and Amazon.
Yeah, just Robin Hood chart.
I'm betting silver will be better than Amazon, and you're betting Amazon will be better than silver.
Yes,
December 2nd.
2026.
I misspoke.
Got it.
Hold on. The gold, so SLV, I misspoke. It's up 101% year to date.
I'm winning this shit.
not
You want to send me the hat
26%.
now?
I just
send me
wanted
the hat now?
I did.
Yeah,
miss-
yeah.
I did miss-
I know this. Yes, absolutely.
So it has gone up 100%.
I already own like 20,000.
What about Amazon? What's Amazon done in the last
stock.
year?
Okay,
What's
so that
Amazon done in the last year?
so I'll tell
Amazon
you.
last
I have it
year.
right here. Amazon year to date is up 6.85%.
Oh, yeah. So you want to send me my hat now and get this over? with? You want-
No.
Okay.
So hold on.
It's
Your guys' bet is whichever one is up the higher percentage.
Between now and the next year, we'll do year to date, December 2nd. of next
If
year.
I had to gun to my head, I would say silver is at 120 announced next year, this time.
Okay. All right.
So that's double, a little more than double.
Last topic. Why
Wow.
doesn't the next generation want to buy stuff? Is it that they can't afford
Pussy.
stuff, meaning assets? Is it because they're priced out of what's the important assets like real estate, stocks? theoretically everything's gotten easier for this gen to invest. Like Robinhood
Sure, you
was
can
never
buy
around.
you can buy portion shares.
I mean, you can buy like fart
And I do.
coin and make money.
Not only that, but you can buy a tenth of a share.
Yeah,
you
you could buy
never
a
could do
tenth
that.
of a share, and you can learn like how to trade or how to swing trade like on with AI with YouTube. So
I think
why don't
younger generations are buying stocks and not buying real estate, because real estate
Okay,
is
okay.
far greater, more expensive. And it is, I mean, I feel like there is the younger, I think there was an article about this, that people are investing into the market younger. And it's because,
Okay.
honestly, I think Robinhood was a huge.
Okay, so
in
maybe
COVID.
that's good then for the next gen, but then it can't be good for real estate. If
Oh, I'm
that's the
fine with
case.
that. I'm fine with that.
But don't we
Because
need a new supply of buyers to keep
we
prices higher?
always need supply of buyers, but we have the largest supply of buyers, and that's called Blackstone, BlackRock.
But
and
how
all these
much longer
private
can
equity.
how much longer will they keep doing it if there's
Well,
not a
well,
buyer
they don't
market?
make year or two long bets. I know that.
Sure.
They make very, very big bets.
Sure.
Now we would be in a very big problem which I don't think they would ever do this, because they would screw themselves. But if they all sold at the same time,
Right.
that would be a big issue. Yeah, for sure. That would be a huge issue. But if you own, so much real estate, why would you stab yourself in the back and sell it all at the same time? If you were to sell, you would probably slowly sell so it doesn't F your other value. But
so then rental markets should continue to go up because there's always a supply of renters. And
exactly,
ever
which
increasing.
is why I think all these big companies are doing it, because they know these guys aren't going to be buying, but they're sure as heck going to be rented, and so they want to be a part of that.
But how much more can they buy until there's plenty of supply to meet the demand for renters?
Well, I mean, I look at the Irvine company, dude. They're still, even out of all the effing apartments,
That's crazy.
they're building more apartments as we speak everywhere in Orange County. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
It's kind of sad though, isn't it?
I
Sad?
think we have enough places.
Wait,
for
but
rent.
isn't it sad? Just from I guess one of the things I said is like our ability to be human is to know what's beautiful and what's not, and for sure it's subjective, but that's what being a human is. It's a little bit depressing to like go to these cities and just see apartments and not see houses. Like call me old fashioned, but the white picket fence and all that shit, like being replaced by these 20-story luxury apartments that, I mean, what's really so luxury about it? They have a pool, they have a gym, and like they're close to shopping. Like,
I
isn't
think
that a
as the
little
younger
depressing?
generation doesn't have kids,
That's dystopian.
you want these super nice, luxurious, where you have the state of the art.
But they're not even that. Like I've stayed at these places in Airbnbs. They're not. I wouldn't live there. I wouldn't want to live
I
there.
personally wouldn't want to either, but
Even no kids. I just
them
wouldn't
young
want
bucks like to, They
I
like to
don't
walk
know, man.
downstairs, go across the street to
Yeah,
the Spectrum, bring their effing dog,
Maybe I'm just getting old, man, but that's dystopian. To me, it's dystopian, but I know it's subjective. So to each his own. I just think I don't know that maybe we're just wrong, man. Like maybe there's value in that.
They're putting a lot of money behind it.
And they wouldn't be if there wasn't a demand. So
right. But no, I mean, I agree. I mean, I would think that
Mark
like, you would
Andreessen
wanna-
wrote an email. This was a leaked email between Mark Andreessen, who was like one of the first Facebook investors, Peter Thiel, to Zuck. This was This was in 2005. I think this is important because it's the warning shots for socialism. They wrote an email. They said, with the younger generation not having skin in the game in the form of real estate ownership, they're more likely to push for a revolution of the system and
for sure.
lead to socialism, something like
For
that.
sure. I definitely
They were
agree.
these are billionaires concerned
I
about
would
this,
be. I'm concerned with that.
emailing Zuck to like change the algorithm to show like more shit about home ownership
Yeah.
in 05.
That's why all these billionaires are building bunkers.
Do you really think that's
no,
the case?
Chris,
Or
Yes,
you
I
are 100%
absolutely,
right.
I absolutely think it is.
You're
They're all
100%. That's right.
the Mark
Zuckerberg has an
Zuckerberg
island.
invested $300 million into building an underground self-sustaining bunker.
Yeah.
So it's either Dr. Joe is correct, right? Dan, you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, the magnetic poles are going to shift.
Yeah, and there's going to be a flood of the
Yeah,
earth.
biblical
And
proportions. Yeah.
who knows where you'll be underwater and not? So
Yeah.
they're self-sustaining in that way, and maybe you have a revolution, right? Like a worldwide revolution, which I actually could see happening.
So then,
Yeah.
if there is a worldwide revolution, my mom's family from Romania were super rich back. Like never met them. These were my great grandfather, great grandparents. They owned a bunch of land in what is now not Ukraine, Moldova, the one right up below
Mhm.
Ukraine. And when the revolution happened, the government took it all.
Mhm.
Now, supposedly, when the communism was overthrown, they said if you have rights to these properties that were seized, like your family can go get it. 90% didn't because they weren't even aware or they didn't have the proof because they
Mhm.
burned all the papers, like they
Mhm.
shredded all that stuff. So if something like that is capable of happening again, wouldn't that mean we should just not invest in real estate? Wouldn't that be the bear case for like
Well,
it's safer to
I
get
would
stocks?
think that it would be the less likely that would happen in America. But it's not off the table. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
as more, I don't know if an actual revolution would happen, but I think, unfortunately, young generation could vote for an AOC and they,
Yes.
and
Yes.
all of that kind of stuff.
So for this to not occur, for the real estate market, private property essentially, to be considered sacred and part of America, which it should be, we need more people with skin in the game in order to uphold these rules. Because
Yeah.
the only thing
we
that
need people
upholds
to have
these rules
kids and
are
start a business. Yeah.
So
Right.
completely agree. And in order to really bolster your position, don't invest in leftist states. That's my opinion.
So no, California. Damn, we were gonna bring an opportunity to you later.
Yeah.
It involves
Speaking
California.
of a windful of money.
So don't invest
I
in
gotta get
real
out of here.
estate. Yeah, I get you. Chris, stick around. One song, man, for the Romanians.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, gentlemen. Thank you
Joey,
so much.
everybody go follow Joey. You're still doing your channel stuff or
At
not?
Joey Finro? Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
tag you.
heavily on Instagram right now. I'm
That's right.
running a little bit slow
So
on.
so before you go, Joey, just throw it in Dan's face.
Hey,
How
Joe.
long would it take you to read a book and write a 1 to 2 page
Fuck.
review?
Reading the book for Joey would be...
Wait, is Joey answering the question, not Dan?
Sure.
Actually, I want to hear Dan's. But no,
The
how
over
long
under on a year would be a
How
fair
long is the
bet.
book?
Let's say 180 pages. Big time.
For you guys, I would make it a priority.
Thank you.
2 months, is that fair? 2 months
Yeah.
to read it?
I would do that for you.
Thank you.
It's like it'd be like a 5-hour read.
I would do 2 months for you.
There you go.
Thank you, man. That means a lot,
I
honestly.
would. No, I
All
would.
right. Thank you,
Hey,
Joey.
kind of helping me out. Put it, yeah, I would do it for sure.
2 months.
Okay.
What if I read it to
Perfect.
you every day for an hour? Like a bedtime story, Joey.
Oh, dude.
Joey's
Good
the new
night,
Max.
Joey. That's hilarious.
All right, cool.
All right,
Everybody go
gentlemen.
follow Joey right
Y'all have a good night.
now. All right, you too.
All right. Have a good night, Joey.
All right, Chris. It is Romanian Independence Day, so we got one more. But I'm gonna get some.
Again, belated.
Yeah, but they don't need to know that, man. Like we're out for these clicks. You want to do what the one we had on our show again? Another one of hers?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to
She
see
have anything
her? Well, what have we not done? Yeah, 7 hours ago.
Perfect. Let's do that one.
Here's one from 7 hours ago. Or here's one from 1 day ago. They're both
Either
from the
or.
same concert. Okay, we're going to go from 7 hours ago. I haven't seen either of these. But I give Eugenia Nicolaya some shout outs, right?
Very, very, very
Channel.
pleasant, very pleasant lady.
amazing lady, and one of the true, like, she keeps it true to the roots of Romania while also having a modern spin. And I only saw 1 second of this video. It looks like it's going back to the traditional Romanian style. Let me put ourselves on the screen as such, like civilized people. And then we're gonna go large screen, Eugenia Nicolai, and we're gonna hit play.
Mi-am pus busuioc în păr, măi, să-l pot avea pe vino încor, să fie ochioasă, năbădăioasă, să se îmbulzească și să mă iubească băieții. Măi, busuiocule, măi, nu fi rău, hai și ajută cu farmecul tău.
There's something about the accordion that's just, if I'm gonna learn an instrument, I want it to be the accordion. I don't know if I've ever told you that.
Interesting instrument. I used to mess around with one. My mother
I just
took
like
it.
the way they sound, man. It's just,
My mother took it in high school. My grandmother had one in her closet, and every time I'd go over there, I'd pull it out and play with it. But
that's what she said.
yeah, right. Hopefully, she pulled it out and play with it. But okay, so the song so far very much reminds me of a pizza place. It was called the Roaring 20s that I used to go to. They played Italian music. That sounds kind of Italian to me.
Well, Romanian is a Romance language.
Yeah,
Romance.
Same as Italian.
By the way, great side note here. I know, like, there's a really good podcast I recommend for you. It's very different from anything I listen to. It's probably very different from anything you listen to. But it's called, and I would start from the beginning, from episode 1. And it's called the History of English podcast. I started listening to it mainly because Elon said this is one of his favorite podcasts. But I would say go all the way back to episode 1, because he talks about the English language, how it evolved, and essentially what makes the English language so interesting and the reason why it's so universal. It was the first language that was open source in a way, meaning they took on words and phrases from different languages. And because of that openness, which other languages are generally closed and reject, like French is like, they reject outside words. They want to keep it very French. English was very open source, just like the country itself, honestly. It, over the centuries, it has by far the biggest vocabulary of any of the languages, which is why
1.2 million words or something like that.
So you could say in one word what another language would take a sentence to say.
Yeah,
it's very precise in that regard, and it's the universal language. So when the Italian businessmen went to meet with the Chinese businessmen at the Vatican or some shit like this, they used English, even though none of them was their primary language, because it's agreed that's the universal language. Same thing with aviation. Wherever you fly in the world, all the air traffic control is English. English is the standard language for that. So I recommend that podcast to you, Chris. It's actually,
what's it called again?
The History of English.
Okay.
It's not,
if I forget, I will definitely check it out. If I forget, I'll text you.
Yeah, it's not so much about the grammar or like how to speak English. It's more about it's
history.
more history.
No, I get it.
Using the English language as a conduit for.
And just for context, it shocked the shit out of me when I looked it up. Other languages, how many words they have. I don't remember much of the total numbers, but I do remember Spanish for some reason. I believe it was like 12,000 words in the entire vocabulary, and English is 1 million and something.
Yeah.
It's just incredible the difference between these languages, and all of them were similar to Spanish, in which they had very limited vocabulary.
So English is the number 3 native language, first spoken language, just because you have so many Mandarin and so many people that do speak Spanish as their first language. But if you count the number of English speakers in the world, it's by far number 1. So that says a lot. But anyways, and Eugenia Nicolai knows English very well.
Oh yeah, she was concerned. Dan and I did a podcast with her.
Dude,
She
we
was
have
very
business
concerned
partners
about our
that have worked.
language. Yeah, Dan and I were like privately texting as we're talking to her. It's like, hey, so and so doesn't speak his English as well as her.
One of
Right?
my
She was all
doctors
concerned.
here speaks way worse English than her.
Yeah, she was great.
Shout out to Dr. Shaw.
Mi-am pus busuioc în sen mai, pe sufletel să-mi șadă el, să mă mângâie și să-mi spuie cine-i iusitul și cine îmi este iubitul. Măi busuioace, măi nu fi sanchiu, adă-l de vreme și ține-l târziu. Că zică lumea orice poate să spună că sunt nebună, că e o prostie, vrăjitorie. Zică lumea.
I have no idea what she's singing about, but it feels like a Disney kind of song. Like if I were in Disneyland, that's the feel it's giving me.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty comparable. I think so far what I listened to is more like a love song, like someone's treating her well or making her feel special.
It has that kind of uplifting feel that you get when you go in Disneyland. You know what I mean?
Everyone's thrilled except the accordion guy. He's just here doing his job. He's clocking in and clocking out.
Yeah, he's done.
Eu tot cred în farmece. Mi-am pus busuioc la poartă ca să-l vrăjesc, pe-l de-l iubesc, să-și uite casa, să-și uite masa și cu tot dragul pe seară să-mi treacă el pragul. Măi busuioace, măi nu fi sanchiu, adu-l de vreme și ține-l târziu. Mi-am pus busuioc în pat, măi, să-i placă lui, iubitul lui, să-i fie bine când e cu mine, să-mi îmbete și să uite de alte fete. Măi busuioace, tu știi ce vreau eu, ține-mi-l mie, doar mie mereu.
She basically wants to put a spell on this dude so that he falls in love with her.
So if Romania had a Disneyland, this would be played in their like Beauty and the Beast ride.
Yeah, actually, it's very traditional where like the woman is pursuing, well, not pursuing, but like is very much interested in a dude. Whereas like in the West, you know, you have these. Well, I'm not gonna get started on that because we won't end.
Zică lumea orice poate să spună că sunt nebună, că e o prostie, vrăjitorie. Zică lumea orice. Eu tot cred în farmece.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. Like, yeah, Eugenia Nicolai is very underrated, and we take some credit for her success being on our podcast.
She can definitely sing. She was singing on our podcast. No musical instruments in the background. Just
a cappella.
Yeah, it was
raw,
great.
Like
great
Wu-Tang said, raw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you with no trivia.
Stuff.
It's like cocaine straight from Bolivia.
There you go.
It's
Yep.
Wu-Tang.
Perfect.
Like that.
Yeah,
Following up this song with some classic Wu-Tang.
Like cocaine from where? Bolivia.
Raw. I'm gonna give it to you with no trivia. It's like cocaine straight from Bolivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eugenia was just like that.
Okay, I'm sure she knows who Wu-Tang Clan is. Actually, she might.
Yeah, she might.
Like, subscribe, comment, share. Happy birthday, Romania.
Thank you for
We
watching.
got rid of that dictator. Hopefully it's not coming here in the U.S. Bye-bye.